Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70, and today I will show you how you can enable and set up your portable hotspot. So, to get started, you'll want to swipe down from the top of your screen. Now, if you do have the separation between left and right side, make sure you do it from the right side, and then swipe down again to extend the list of visible toggles. Now, somewhere in here you should have the portable hotspot as a toggle. For me, it is visible on the first page right over here, but if you don't see it anywhere in here, you can actually add it by clicking on this pencil, finding it somewhere below right here, and when you find it, you'd hold it, drag it here, drop it, and you're good to go. And just make sure you click on the check mark. Now, in here, once you see it, first time around, I recommend holding it and select hotspot configuration and check the password right here. And what I recommend doing is just straight up removing it and setting up your own new password, which will need to have at least 8 characters in length. Now, it can be letters, numbers, both, doesn't really matter. Now, that's one thing that I recommend changing. Another thing in here is the AP band. Now, we have two options. Now, this I don't necessarily recommend maybe changing, but I do want to make you aware of this just because in certain cases this might become important to you. So by default it's set to 2.4, which means that your hotspot will work with literally every device that has any kind of Wi-Fi capability. For those purposes, this might be good for you. But this kind of option does have some limitations. So if you live in a densely populated area, you might encounter some kind of problems with your hotspot sometimes due to interference of other 2.4 gigahertz signals. And there usually is a lot of those, specifically in populated areas. Now, 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi isn't just limited to actually Wi-Fi. It's also extending to smart devices like fridges, light bulbs, and just any kind of benign crap that is in smart homes. So there can be a heap of different things that are using the same kind of frequency, and this kind of frequency can accommodate only so many devices before they start to interfere with one another. So when that starts to happen, I have no idea what you should be looking for as a kind of an effect of this. I can only presume that things like, for instance, connection to your hotspot might be iffy. Maybe you're not getting network all the time, so you have like loading websites that don't want to really load while you are connected and so on. So if you ever experience such a thing and you live in a densely populated area, what you could potentially do is switch it to the 5 gigahertz. Generally, 5 gigahertz has plenty of things that are improved, but for hotspot purposes, only one matters, which is the amount of devices on this frequency that can be at the same time. So same same amount of devices on the 2.4 gigahertz frequency, put on 5 gigahertz won't really care that much about it. It won't really affect it. So that's the benefit. Now there are some other ones like I mentioned. So generally 5 gigahertz network is faster. It has a faster bandwidth, lower latency, more devices at the same time can be connected to this network as a single network. And in general, like I mentioned, these don't really matter that much for hotspot purposes, as you're for the most part bottlenecked by your mobile network, as this is what you're going to be primarily using. And your mobile network usually isn't going to be fast enough to even cap to 2.4 gigahertz at the moment. Things like latency, again, that's primarily going to be bottlenecked by your mobile provider, which latency kind of depends on usually, for instance, how far you are from 5 gigahertz towers. And that is the better case. If you're using like 4G or something like that connectivity on your mobile network, then that's going to be slower. So again, it doesn't really matter for the Wi-Fi specifically. So that's why I recommend keeping it at the 2.4 unless you have some kind of interference problems. Now, another thing that I can change in here is the network name, which is by default going to be the name of the device. If you want to change it to something more custom, you can. That's what you're going to be looking for in the Wi-Fi list. Now let's just click on the check mark to save those changes. And in here we have some information. So we have things like connected device. It shows me that there's 0. I mean, it's off, so obviously there's 0. Maximum number of connections. So you can set up how many phones or just general devices can connect to your specific hotspot at any given moment. So you could set that up. You also have blacklists. So if someone manages to guess your password, or maybe you don't have one or whatever, you can actually block them and you will be able to see them right here. And we have also more hotspot settings, which allows us to set one last important thing, which is one of mobile data limit. And this is just for a single, basically single usage, right? So you can set up a limit of how much data hotspot will be able to, or you will be able to utilize through this hotspot, at which point it will automatically turn itself off. So I would maybe recommend setting this up if you have a data limit on your mobile network, as when you obviously surpass that limit, you will be kind of stuck with a very, very slow network speed on your phone, or potentially, although I haven't encountered this, you could maybe potentially be charged extra for like a additional amount of data network that the service provider would give you. In this case, you definitely want to be aware of that. And this, actually I would skip this, and in this case, if you have this kind of automatic expansion of mobile network because you reached your limit, I would then recommend going to mobile, I think, connections right here, and let's quickly check data management maybe. Oh, for God's sakes, just get me to the thing. Yep, I think it's right here. Network, what did it be? Trying to find where the hell I can actually customize this. There we go. So it's right here under settings, data usage limits, and in here you can see data usage reminder, which is set to 2 GB. So once you use 2 GB in a month, it will get you a reminder. But what you can also do is set up a hard cap. So once you pass this kind of cap right here, it automatically shuts off your mobile network. So you'd want to set this below your mobile network that you get, like the cap that you get per month. So you don't pass it, so you don't get a rebuild as extra kind of data plan. And you can obviously change it right here to whatever you want. And one last thing to do is set when you get a rebuild, or meaning when your network refreshes back to 0, so you can start over. So set the day right here of the month, and you're good to go. So that way you won't ever surpass or get charged extra for mobile network. Now, in any case, once everything is set up, you can find your hotspot toggle right here and simply tap on it to turn it on, connect to it with other device, and you're good to go. Now, once you're done with it, you can just stop using it and it will automatically disconnect. I believe it was under here. When no device is connected for 10 minutes. So typically if you're using a laptop and you close the lid, that would put the laptop into sleep mode, meaning it would disconnect, start the timer right here of 10 minutes, at which point it would automatically turn it off. And I do recommend keeping this option on, as hotspot will consume more of your phone's network, battery, sorry, not network. So when you're done using it, it would just kind of be wasting your battery, and this prevents that from happening. And obviously, you can also turn it off yourself if you remembered about it by just tapping on a toggle second time. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.